So far this year we have made a squirrel nut bar where we determined what kind of food a squirrel likes best. There was also some squirrel bar fights included in there, kind of just like a normal human bar. We've determined how high a squirrel can jump vertically. We used that data with data from videos in the past to show you how to set up an almost perfect squirrel-proof bird feeder. And last thing we did was take water balloons, hang them from the tree, rub peanut butter and sunflower seeds on them, and colored water explodes on the squirrels' heads. Functionality of that is absolutely nothing but entertaining. So we've done that in the past before, and it turned out good, so we tried it again. This time, what we're going to do is tinker with bird feeders, a raised bird feeder, and slinkies. So I bought a slinky from Amazon, and it turns out it was a pack of 5. So I'm going to take a slinky and a raised bird feeder and see if I can't just use this to keep the squirrel out of the bird feeder. And I may have to get a little bit creative with it, but let's see what happens. Hope y'all enjoy. Raised bird feeder, slinky. That's got to be fun to watch. Let's find out. Well, that was pretty fun to watch. What we did find is that whenever they jumped on the slinky bottomed out before it was fully stretched out. So what I'm going to do is try to extend. I'm going to raise the feeder as high as it'll go and try to extend the slinky so that they fall even further to the limit of the slinky. So let's try that and see what happens. I have several other ideas that we'll get to later, but one step at a time. Okay, so I raised it up about 2 feet. And let's see. It's still going to go all the way down, but it's a little bit further fall. Might have to raise it up some more, but let's see how that does. Okay, so they were able to hang on to the wooden dowel rod when they got up to the spring and climb up. So we just replaced that with a little piece of PVC, and that ought to prevent them from hanging on. So they ought to have to ride that spring all the way down, that slinky all the way down. So we'll see if that makes any difference. Still fun to watch. Okay, so as of right now, I am 0 for 3. They really didn't have too much trouble with this. What's happening is they're getting kind of a running start, and they're shimmying up the Slinky pretty quick so they don't have to deal with it completely. So I'm going to try not to go 0 for 4. So I'm going to extend the PVC all the way down, to hopefully keep them from getting a running start. I have a total of 5 Slinkies. I'm going to try to use every one of them. I'm not sure how or where, but I'm going to get it done. And I also spent way longer than I probably should have making this little oak contraption in my shop on my lathe, and made it as light as possible. And I'm going to incorporate this some kind of way. Don't know what it's going to look like yet, but I'm going to work on that. Be right back with y'all here shortly. All right, y'all, here's what I came up with. I used 4 out of my 5 Slinkies, mounted them to the bottom of the feeder, and the main Slinky is still there, but there I mounted my little wooden thingy. So ideal being is that they slowly shimmy up the PVC, they hit the wooden sleeve, let's call it, and drops them like a sack of taters. So I tried just a single Slinky, and even though that wooden thing is only 2 ounces, 2.4 ounces, it bottomed out the Slinky, so I had to add a little resistance to it, and it took 3 other Slinkies to make it act right. So I have no earthly idea whether this is going to work or not, but it's going to be fun. All right, let's see what happens. Well, this little contraption seems to be working. Nothing has got past it yet. They try every day, multiple times, and they just can't seem to figure it out. It's been up now for 2 weeks, so man, I'm going to call this a success. It might not be very pretty, but the general concept works, and one day I may tinker with it and try to simplify it, but it seems to do the trick. All right, so I'm going to roll some footage of some squirrel fights that happened around this thing, and one in particular is going to be the first. It's the best squirrel fight I've ever seen. So it was neat. After that, I'm just going to roll some B footage of stuff that just wasn't quite good enough to make to make the main video. If you stick around for all that, you may need some help. I don't know, but I'm gonna stick it in there just for special people. All right, thanks for watching. Take care.